Hello everybody, welcome back to Thieves StarCraft YouTube. Pretty much what I do here is I cast embarrassing games between players. Anyway, here's game 2 between Bud and Samus, and I know in my heart that this is the correct order for these games because when they were uploaded, they all had numbers on them that were actually in order. It's weird. One of the replays that I downloaded, they were all in like different order or whatever. Anyway, but these replays, they were actually sequential, so I know with fair certainty that this is the correct order of games that were played. So anyway, this is game number 2 between Samus, our favorite Zerg, I always say that, in the top left-hand corner, and our favorite Protoss Bud in the bottom right-hand corner. Game number 1 went to Samus because of his superior economy and Bud's lack of an attacking force, pretty much. I don't know, it was just Bud's economy, his macro just wasn't there. And Samus's economy was just taking off as he was attacking. He took risks and they paid off, pretty much. And Bud kind of played it a little bit safe. And also there was the fact that Bud had at one point walled off his main when he didn't even have a natural. So that didn't help him out any, and then he didn't even have any proxy pylons across the map at the time to be able to warp in units to be able to attack Samus while he was getting that all, undone and taken care of. So that also hurt him a lot in game number 1. Now here's game number 2 on Ohana Beach. Yes, I know the name of this map too, because it's also very popular on the map pool. Although I don't know the story behind it, I think it's just a map that was made by Blizzard after Cloud Kingdom, and after they realized that Cloud Kingdom was a much better map than anything that ever made before, and Samus going down with the same tried and true build that got him the W in game number 1, which is a hatch first build. This time, Bud is going to go with a Forge Fast Expand, get that natural down a little bit faster. Samus is going to be able to block it off with his drone, and Bud is probably going to retaliate with something quite nasty. Hopefully. Nope. That probe is going to be... Whew. Here is a proxy pylon outside of Bud's natural. What is... Outside of Samus's natural, what is Bud gonna try and do here? Samus should have spotted it with that drone right there. And there's a cannon. Bud is going to cannon out Samus. At least he's gonna hope to. Here comes Samus's response. That is 6, 7, 8 drones total, with 2 cannons now being warped in right into Bud's natural. That is such a tough spot to put a photon cannon. But it's not too late to cancel your hatchery here, Samus. Come on. Oh. Bud was had to cancel the 1 photon cannon, but this one still has plenty of juice left in it. And with 2 more cannons, 1 being canceled though, Samus is gonna have to back out here. That is such a tough spot to get rid of a photon cannon. Let me tell you what, Samus probably should have at this point canceled his natural and then went ahead and built the 3rd. That's just what he should have done. That's probably what I would not have done had I been playing. I would have canceled this and then not even tried for a 3rd base and just been all like, meh, whatevs. When did I get the production tab up? I don't even remember opening the production tab. But Bud now, I mean, yay, Samus got a gas steal off. Kind of like oh, you shot me in the arm. Here, I'll punch you in the kidney. Anyway. And not that hard at that matter. Bud now gonna... Oh, he does have a tight little wall in with that Zealot. And Samus is gonna have to back out of there. And it looks like that natural base already went down to these photon cannons. Is this Overlord going to go down too? No, not quite, but now the tables have totally turned from game number 1. Bud has 2 bases down, and Samus has a lonely 1. He actually has less than a full base because his natural is full of photon cannons. That's like That's like 0.89 of a base, I would say, because as soon as he tries to maneuver his units outside of his main, they're going to at least take some damage from cannons. I mean, that's got to be a negative impact on your economy, right? But he is still able to use the larva out there to spawn a few units. He's probably going to wait until he has enough money for a hatchery and then plant one at the 3rd, which he probably should do because Bud doesn't have very many units out here right now, and that proxy pylon also that Bud laid down was able to be taken out by Samus. That is a very, very important, very good move strategically strategery-wise, sorry, I don't want to use that word. Strategery is such a bad word. Anyway, Samus is natural going down here. That's more like a third. A naturd. I'm going to call it the naturd because it's a combination of natural and a third base when there is the absolute lack of a third base. So now Samus is a naturd going down here. It's done, pretty much. So let's see if he's actually able to utilize this. Bud not sort of kind of doing anything. Just chilling. Chilling like a villain. Samus now in control of this watchtower, though. He's going to be able to see if Bud pushes out with any of his units. This Stalker and Zealot, they're just here to guard these rocks. Make sure nothing's trying to bust him down so that Bud has a nice little entryway into his natural here. But as soon as he gets that third down, he's going to want to take out those rocks himself if he does, in fact, expand to this third position right out here. Now Samus's natural going down and completed with quite a few drones out there to saturate it. And he has quite a few drones out here in his main, but he doesn't have... Oh, nope. Taking out those... Oh, very good. Roach on the high ground, taking out that extra pylon, now unpowering those photon cannons, and Samus is going to be able to take out those photon cannons without any losses. And Bud now realizes this. He probably should be getting out a couple more units then to be able to take out... to be able to deal with roaches, but he's not. He doesn't even have Warp Gate. What is Bud doing? He doesn't even have a cyber core. He has... Oh, there's a cyber core. And Warp Gate just now finished. Of course, I didn't take a look at the production tab. Didn't even realize it was up. Robotics Bay now down. Gonna see if we can get some Colossus out here. Some Colossi out for Bud with this nice little robotics facility. And the Robo Bay going to be able to take care of that. Oh no, it's just building. Of course it's just building because it was in the production tab. Silly me. Samus now with a free... I'd say he's definitely on 2 base now. 3 bases. This is like 2.1 bases. 2.2 bases. 2.3 bases. Anyway, enough of my retarded counting scheme. Bud now needs to get his third down. That is what he needs to concentrate on. He has a very well saturated natural expansion. 49 to 33 harvesters. Bud totally in charge of the economy in this game with 1,500 and 400 resources to 1,396 at peak. Because Samus only has 1 mining... Oh no, he finally got 2 mine. He just now got a 2nd mining extractor, ladies and gentlemen, and this one only had 2 drones on it in the first place. So, with the economy in favor of Bud, he should be getting units out now. There is a Colossus that's coming out onto the field right now. Are there any Colossi already out here? Yes. Well, I think that's just the one that actually just spawned. So, then, no. Changeling evaporating somewhere in Bud's base. Probably didn't catch it. It's probably there for forever and a half, and he just didn't catch it. Samus now has the opportunity, almost the opportunity, to put another one down there. He will very shortly. Let's take a look at his Queen energy here. Able to put down a tumor. And he has plenty of ability to spawn some larvae, but he's not. Even after just now putting his queen back into the base, into the hatchery, he's not planning more larvae. Anyway, but that's just his personal preference. Still nothing. What does he have on the way? Roaches? Nothing but roaches. Tons and tons of roaches. Lings out here on the field. Gonna be able to take out Bud's proxy pylon. Plural. Wow, Bud just really trying with these pylons, but just not gonna get it. Doesn't even cancel them. He just sort of kind of lets them die. But that is okay. He is going to take that as a notion to say, hey, I should push out and do some damage. Samus is gonna find this army right out here with 2 Colossi and GG! I'm just kidding, he didn't actually GG. Not yet. But that's probably what he was thinking, as 12 more roaches now on the way as soon as he saw those Colossi, which is probably an appropriate reaction at this point of the game. at the 14-minute mark, pretty much. And now this paltry amount of roaches and lings going to try and defend. No, they're going to try and run away. And they're still going to fail at that, even. And this is going to be GG for Samus right here. Even though Samus does have a little bit of a concave and a pincer. But this is exactly where Bud wants to be. Especially since Samus is going to try and take out those Colossi. He's going to try and take out the Stalkers first. And the Zelchina going to take out those roaches in the back. And Bud with a sweeping victory against Samus. This is definitely going to be the end of our Zerg player. Actually, this is only game 2, so that music, that fat lady music, can wait until game number 3. And so now Samus is probably going to be stubborn and not GG. And he probably should have taken down those rocks by now. Just saying. If Bud did come up here with 3 Colossi, if I remember correctly, he did, and one of those was actually able to be taken out, but Bud still has plenty of an army left. And there's the GG from Samus. That is the end of game number 2, and pretty much Samus just didn't handle that photon cannonry very well. If he would have just planted the 3rd and canceled the natural expansion, he would have been in a much better position in this game. Just, you know, get roaches out super fast. He probably didn't realize. He realized too late that he could very easily take out that the photon cannons and the pylon later with a good, nice little roach attack. But we're going to see if maybe Samus has a little bit better luck in game number 3. Stick around.